We got the good doctor in studio, Dr. Victoria.
Say it the way it's spelled.
Dr. Z on Scoring is the name of the book. DrZOnScoring.com. Sex advice. We got Ryan Starr. He's over there with his guitar. We got Sandy Kane just sitting there making everyone uncomfortable.
Snapping pictures. I like taking pictures.
Poor Pat Duffy is trying to set up for Ryan Starr, and Sandy Kane is leaning in, getting like 2 feet from his face and just taking pictures of Pat Duffy. So cute. How uncomfortable was that, Pat?
Just randomly blinding me out of nowhere. I didn't expect it.
Turning me on.
Shut up.
It's like one of those flashbangs go off in Call of Duty. I can't see.
Yeah.
I can't see, goddammit.
And this is Adam, Dr. Z.
Hello.
Well, nice to meet you, Adam.
Nice to meet you.
Adam's a little odd. He's one of our interns here. He's one of our young interns. And he's very socially awkward. He has not had sex. He is how old?
22.
He's 22 years old. He's
cute.
Hasn't had a girlfriend. I think he kissed once.
No.
I could tell
No.
he's shy because he's avoiding eye contact.
Yeah.
He's like lowering his eyes.
Very shy. But he seems like the kind of guy that's not just shy like in a kind of cute shy way. He's shy in the I'm going to hack you apart with a meat cleaver way. He's very... There's something very creepy about him.
I don't see that. I just see him kind of reserved and taciturn. I don't see him particularly
reserved and
creepy.
what?
Taciturn.
What's that mean?
Just kind of quiet, like, you know.
She had to learn this language, and she knows words you don't.
Don't say
Just
you
amazing.
like you guys understood what taciturn means. How about let's rephrase
I do
it?
now, so you can't catch me in
She
it.
says words that we don't know.
Yeah.
So, you've gone through my book, and what do you think about it?
Well, I didn't go through your book.
What?
Why not?
Was I supposed to read it?
Look through it, yeah.
Look through it?
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
oh yeah, I looked through it. And I thought there were some interesting parts that I could use, and I was absorbing the information like a sponge because I direly need that information.
Well, I could tell already, you know, the way you talk, it sounds very monotonous, like the voice. You need to enunciate more. You need to be a little more animated because, like right now, the personalities, you come across very dull. So first thing I work on is just a little more animation in the voice, a little more energy.
Are you saying the Manchurian Candidate thing isn't working for you?
it's just a bit, and also smile more. Like you don't smile a whole lot. More like the body language, like the shoulders are kind of stooped. Like more.
No, he's like, relax your shoulders.
Yeah, or something. You're doing something with them. Yeah. So relax your shoulders, chest back.
Oh, look at him straining to relax.
And I mean, you know what it is? It's all these techniques. It takes time and practice. It's not. It's not like one of those magical makeovers. But I think he's got a lot of potential. I mean, he's very nice looking.
Would you touch his penis?
Well, I don't know about that.
What? What happened? What?
But tell me about that. So, do you go out? Do you meet women, or do you just?
All right.
I mean, we said? What is the reason you are not with anybody?
Well, I don't really go out too much. 9 times out of 10, at home.
In front of the computer?
No, either reading or doing research.
Research
on like
what research are you doing?
Like I got some I got some freelance writings I'm working on, and I just stay home and do some
writings.
So you're not really comfortable going to clubs and so forth.
No, I'll make the like at college when my roommates would throw a party, you know, I'd make the occasional appearance.
And then what would happen?
And then I'd just like leave and go to the shoot pool.
So what happens when you start talking to a woman? Do you get uncomfortable?
I get uncomfortable. It's everything. Like I don't even know how to. Like I want to say that fate. Like I'll find the right one. Like so the universe is gonna gonna come together, and I'm gonna find that perfect girl.
Well, first of all, before you find the perfect one, you just have to find some girls. I mean, it's a numbers game. You gotta meet say 20 women to like one, and for her to like you. So if you don't meet any, how are you going to meet the perfect one? You got to go out and meet them. And in your situation, I would say it's like a matter of just social skills and just going out and starting talking to people. Like talk to people on the street, talk to people in the cleaners, everywhere you go, start talking to them randomly about stuff. So you're just comfortable approaching and talking to people.
I was at Starbucks recently, and there was a girl in front of me.
Thought that was a humorous anecdote.
And she had a big bag, and she had various. She had a big bag.
Didn't I smile now that he smiled?
She had a big bag, and then she had a bunch of little bags, and I just said, "Hey, it looks like you have a series of bags in your bag." And,
so what did she say?
And she just stared at me really weird. And
that doesn't make
didn't
sense.
Talk to me.
How could she?
What does that mean?
That well said flirt.
It looks like you have a series of bags in your bag.
Yeah.
What was that? Wait. Were you trying to be funny?
No, I was just trying to create conversation.
Conversation.
I don't even like.
It's just a bit of an awkward sentence, I would say.
Wow, that is really awkward.
You should have said under your eyes. That probably would have been much smoother.
Yeah.
You look really tired.
You'd have gotten a reaction.
Hey,
her bags at you.
We got him to write the 10 positive things about himself.
Okay.
It's one of the things in your book, right?
Mm-hmm. One of the beginnings.
All right. Well, here we go. This is just great. Adam enjoys running in 5Ks and 10Ks. 3 years ago, I ran a half marathon. This summer, I'll be training to run the entire 26.2-mile trek, also known as a fucking marathon. 2, I'm addicted to attending weekly yoga and Pilates classes.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a perfect place to meet women. I mean, you don't meet women at yoga, Pilates. That's full of women.
Well, because of my schedule here, I normally go on like the afternoon, like the
Spit it out.
The noonish classes, and so they're all like middle-aged women, and they're really not my age.
Pick one of them off.
Yeah.
Take a MILF.
Does he masturbate?
Hold on.
The voice of doom back there.
Masturbate.
Wait,
I mean, what do you do when your dick gets like horny and stuff? I talked to him. He seems pretty horny to me.
Wait, bring Sandy closer. She could definitely add to this mess.
I worked in peep shows and stuff. I worked in peep shows, and all kinds of men used to come in and masturbate because they maybe someone like you that really doesn't have a girlfriend, but your dick gets hard and you want to see someone like her or me, and and you masturbate. Do you masturbate? The truth.
Do I masturbate?
Well,
yeah,
everybody masturbates to the extent, but the thing is, sometimes I think that too much masturbating is not always good because you know what happens? Men develop what we call autoerotic orientation, which means they almost like get in the cycle where they, fantasy masturbation, and then they don't feel driven to go out and meet women anymore. It's like autoerotic orientation, and so a little masturbation is good. But you also seem like you're kind of person. You're talking about the ideal woman. You want to have a companion, so you have to make an effort to go out and meet people. They're not gonna, Miss Wright's not gonna knock on your door and all of a sudden say, "Here I am,"
Right.
So if the noon class doesn't work, then you got to change it to other times, other places. You got to think what you like athletic women. It seems like so. Maybe change the gym. Go change the yoga class to the time where there's women. I mean, that's a good place to meet.
Does he masturbate? Did he answer you, Sandy?
Yes, he said that he does masturbate. How often?
And what do you think of?
Who do you think of? Do you have like a fantasy woman? It'll be her next time.
I just load up a various porno flick and I just go at it,
Go at it.
Put the love rod into the ignition.
Right hand or left?
The love rod
Why
into
you say
the
love
ignition.
Really?
What?
You sound like every evening at the improv comic.
Yeah. No, it's my right hand. I call it Miss Michigan. I go out with her.
Boo.
Boo.
Are you trying to
see
do
the
jokes?
voice again?
I don't even know.
You guys, you gotta work on this voice, and I have a whole chapter on voice. There's a study that found that guys who have, it's in the book, but have lower voices actually have more wives, girlfriends, and they have more children. So there's something about a low, confident voice. Right. So he's mumbling. You gotta project. Okay, let's project. Let's put some confidence, some animation in the voice.
It's also a huge cock, by the way. That's with the deep voice.
That's what? Hey.
That has something to do What is that? What is that telling a woman psychologically when you have a deep voice? That's got something to do with your potency.
Testosterone, yes, because it's one of the signifiers for testosterone, which is women subconsciously look for. But there's something you can work on, like enunciation, projection, the voice.
Let's hear a deep voice from you, Adam.
Well, hello. How are you doing today? My name's Adam.
She's laughing at you.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm just smiling in a very welcoming way.
Hello, my name's Adam. How are you doing?
I think he's doing better. I mean, I'm hearing some projection.
John Wayne.
What are you doing?
But you're also adding some weird accent to that. I don't know what the accent part.
That's coming from, a Soviet.
Hey, my accent I can't do anything about.
It's endearing. But don't worry about it.
I would just go, hey, nice to meet you. What's happening? What's up? What's your story? Where are you from?
Yeah,
hey,
that's good. It's all good. All good lines. But do you follow up with it? Yeah, that's a popular sort of for young folks. That's what they say with the story.
Doc, this is his answer.
What's your story?
If you want to ask him about any of that other stuff.
Was he a cop though, walking the beach? You want some shoe leather? What's your story?
Tell your story walking.
He's doing great, just being on Opie and Anthony and working and having beautiful women.
Shut up.
I think he just needs to go out there and practice approaching and talking to women. And then, the other thing is, it seems like. There are a lot of guys like him because he's kind of shy, kind of reserved. They'll open a conversation and then I bet you kind of get stuck. You don't know what to say next a lot of times. Yeah. So I tell guys to look for buzzwords or word hooks to continue the conversation. So for instance, if you say, okay, how do you like this place? And she says, it's okay, it's kind of crowded. Then crowded's your buzzword. Then you use that to continue the conversation. You'll say, yeah, I don't particularly care for crowds either. Are there any other places you like around here? You know what I mean? So you got to look for these words on which you can hang. The conversation has to flow naturally.
Okay, wait a minute now. So a good buzzword, if she said, get the fuck away from me, you could say, fucking, I like it.
He's a quick learner. I like him. Good student, quick learner.
Anything else in the positive things there?
Let's see what he has. So he baseball plays a huge role in my life. Mm-hmm. I don't know. The baseball is a tough one. I mean, I don't see how you could use that to pick up women very much.
You're trying with a niche bunch of women there that might be into baseball.
Yeah, maybe. But yoga and Pilates is great. That's like they're full of good women, hot women. Just a matter of changing the time. Let's see. Newspapers and crosswords are one of my favorite things to indulge in. Well, you know what? That's actually a good one. I always say if you carry like a crossword, like a newspaper with you, and say you're in a Starbucks and you are like sitting at the table and there's a girl next to you, you could actually pick the easiest word there and then you can turn around to her and say, listen, do you know the meaning of this?
Four-letter word for woman starts with C.
But it's a good way. It's actually a good conversation opener because you're not trying to pick her up.
The Pope wrote Kant.
You're just commenting on something. In newspapers, or you could like be flipping through a newspaper and then say, oh, Britney Spears is at it again, and then you could turn to her and say, listen, what do you think of her? Can you explain this? Like ask her opinion. Asking a woman opinion is a great way to approach her.
Could you actually say like I'm stuck on this word. What do you think it is? And she's like, I don't know. And then you go, you fucking retard.
Roll up the paper and hit her in the nose with it.
Thanks for nothing. I needed you.
All right, what else is on that?
Okay, I'll occasionally go out to parties at bars. I'll be in my room reading or doing research. Do you ever date online? Do you do any online dating?
Anything online there, Adam?
By doing research, he means torturing animals.
No. I'm doing my research.
No,
you ghoul.
I've put a couple dating profiles up on the internet over the years.
Oh, you have you?
I have.
How'd that work out for you? It didn't.
Not good.
See, I don't see like a whole enthusiasm to meet people. Like he's kind of like comfortable, and you're comfortable in your routine. You're not.
If you like tedium and being bored shitless, date me, Adam.
Singing karaoke. Oh, that's cool. Singing karaoke.
Hold on. Doc, he likes to lie a lot. E-Rock, he's lying again?
He's lying about the online dating.
Why?
He tends to leave his Gmail open on people's computers. So,
oh, no.
Pat has seen it. No. I've seen it. He trolls Craigslist for some girls. Responds to some of their posts.
Here comes Danny running in with some
I guess he has an
paperwork.
online dating service through his college, too.
Oh,
okay, so he's
boy.
making some efforts.
Well, what have we got here?
What do you got, Danny?
A little bit of paperwork.
Danny's got
Danny
something.
says, I'm in good shape. Last year I was about 30 pounds overweight. I lost it through running, Pilates, exercise, and a diet. So
All right there.
that's good.
All right there, sweetie pie. Hold on for
Hold
a
on
second.
1 second. We asked Dr. Z to hold
So
1 second.
he was 30 pounds heavier
Who
last
gives
year?
a shit? We're going to throw him under the bus right
now
here.
he's that 30 pounds is going to go squarely under a bus.
He's also going to have flat abs after the bus is done with him.
So wait, Danny, what did you find?
Well, this was actually found by E-Rock, but I'm holding it
E-Rock.
physically here. This is a Gmail message that he got from a girl named Jessica, and this is from something called All MSU Dating. What is that all about?
It's a college dating website affiliated through Michigan State University.
What'd the letter say?
Well, it's not from him; it's to him. So.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm
It
pressing
says, "Hey
charges.
Adam, my name is Jessica. I'm a sophomore. I'm majoring in zoology, psychology, pre-vet medicine, blah, blah, blah. I thought your profile looked interesting, so I decided to reply smiley face. I was curious about what you're thinking of doing after you graduate MSU with your journalism major. My friend is actually contemplating English or journalism. It's just a bore fest of the letter here. It's nice to see that there are people who enjoy the finer things in life along with spending time to enjoy deep thinking.
What? Adam? The finer things in life and deep thinking?
It seems like a lot of people in the United States especially are all about being rushed and do not ever stop to smell the roses, to be a bit cliche. Anyway, feel free to look at my profile if you like. Oh, and I agree with you about how illogical this whole dating profile thing is.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so you put the dating profile up, but you're like, I'm a deep thinker. This is illogical.
This is not for me.
I was
all right,
like,
Spock, what do you think about that?
Did you write this nerd back?
Well, the thing is, though, he's trying to come across with an intellectual prototype, which will appeal to some women. I mean, there are women out there who love nerds. And I would think that the whole intellectual nerdy prototype will be very appealing to some women.
So
you see those girls digging it.
What did this hippo have to say?
Yeah. This fucking bespectacled mountain.
I don't know. I don't really remember.
Dear Cloverfield. I got your chocolate stained letter. Fucking have a drink of gravy and shoot yourself with a fucking harpoon. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Back to the doc. What else is in there?
Okay, so we got here. I'm socially awkward in a good way. He's not as bad as some guys I've encountered. I mean,
Really?
he's got more hope than. I mean, there's some. I've over the years, I've met some guys who literally shake and then can't even talk in front of a woman and that have come a long way. So he's pretty good. I mean, he smiles, he can
Say
talk.
hi,
He doesn't
shoot a load in their
he doesn't.
pants.
He doesn't.
Big A. We should have
stutter.
had Big A.
Yeah.
So let's see. My 88-year-old grandma thinks I'm a dreamboat.
She
Why are you having sex with your grandma?
no, she
You're a dreamboat.
What are you doing?
My word.
no, she
10
always
minutes later, what happened?
Oh, he's got baby powder around his mouth. They powder everything, those old broads.
Guys, I mean, it's
You
sweet.
creep.
The-
Not sweet.
What I
Sour. Take your panties off. It's the
but the
Velcro
one
of
thing-
diapers.
I'm just hoping he doesn't mention it on dates because, mentioning family like mom, grandma is not something you mention
Creepy.
at the beginning.
No, what the thing is, I'm trying to allude to is that family is important to me, and my grandma,
That's good.
she has Alzheimer's, and I go visit her.
nice, she forgets.
she calls me a dreamboat. Then she calls me
A steamboat.
yeah.
And then Queen Mary.
The rowboat. From the love boat.
yeah. So it's
She just calls him various vessels.
yeah.
Yes. Oh, you're such a trailer hitch.
But he's trying to say he's got substance. He's close to his family of origin. Although something like this just could show that you're not differentiated enough from your family and come across as infantile and immature. So I wouldn't mention stuff
Don't
like
bring
that
up
on
a
a date.
walnut brain on a date.
Not on the first day. You could. I would not. I recommend against bringing out family of origin early in the dating.
Hey, listen, I gotta break in here. Adam.
No.
Adam, so you've talked to this Jessica a few times, right?
Who? I guess.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
Hold on. I got an email that Adam wrote to this Jessica girl. Ready?
Yeah.
I also shook Sly Stallone's hand when he came into the studio to promote Rambo.
Ooh. What? It was a phoner.
That was.
Would you shake the phone while he was talking?
Liar.
I tried to pump myself up, and
you did, huh?
Yeah,
we had Sly Stallone on the phone.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then you said you shook his hand. You didn't even lie and say, like, we hung out and had a conversation.
Yeah. See, he lies a lot, so we don't know who the real Adam is.
We think he's a compulsive liar.
Yeah. Of course he is. I shook Sly Stallone's hand.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think he's got like some self-esteem issues. He's got to work on some self-esteem and start feeling good about himself without the need to embellish things or confabulate things. To bring yourself up. You've got enough.
No, I punched Adrian in the stomach and she fell into a bag of feed in Rocky.
He's got enough good quality. Look at all the great qualities he's got. Let's read. He's agreeable, artistic, clean, dependable. Enthusiastic,
butt your shit on my shoe.
Flexible,
slide him into this.
Friendly, good-natured, interesting.
Shook his hand.
Loyal, optimistic, peaceful, reasonable, sensitive, sexy, tender, and warm. So obviously, there's enough qualities you can build on here to feel great about yourself. You don't need to. You don't need to mask the low self-esteem with this confabulation.
Yeah.
All these Sly Stallone things you could have done.
That's a little, like, weird that you would say that you shook Stallone's hand.
I ate a turkey that Paulie threw through the window on Christmas.
Yeah.
Burt Young drank and punched me in the balls when he came in to promote Rocky V. I plucked the hair off of Dolph Lundgren's scrotum when he was promoting the...
Wow. Why would you say that? To pump yourself up?
I don't know, because there's really nothing to, like, I'm just flat.
It's not exciting. You can't make it sound exciting enough that you work kind of behind the scenes at a radio show like this without having to embellish by saying that you're meeting people that never came in. I mean, you could talk about just the daily events of a radio show. That's kind of something people don't deal with on a daily basis.
And one more email before we move on, because we got Ryan Starr standing by. The internship at O&A is having its ups and downs. Last week, the talent, and you put talent in quotations. This is why I hate you, by the way.
Holy shit!
I don't like you whatsoever. I have no problem saying it to yourself.
All right, let me see that.
I have no problem saying it to your face too.
Let me see the quotation.
It's no shock jock bit, by the way. It says, last week the talent, which is in quotation, spent 3 consecutive days ripping me apart on air for an average of 30 minutes on each occasion. I have no problem with that. I have thick skin and have had worse things happen in life, but the whole shock jock thing to me is a farce.
Oh boy.
Shock jock in quotation.
That was
fucko list.
That was a personal email to one of my professors who really changed my life.
You're evading the point here, which is talent, and the shock jock thing is.
Guys, you're taking it a little bit. You're being too sensitive.
Oh, I don't think so. Oh no, you're taking it very personally.
Blessed to be here.
What?
He's very blessed to be here.
Shut the.
That's my opinion.
No. Yeah. That's your opinion.
A little bit of an intellectual snobism.
Full of your hemorrhoids.
So what do you mean by that, Adam?
Yeah, what do you mean?
We're shock jocks.
Explain.
That's what we are.
And quote unquote talent.
No, I was talking to my professor. We always send emails, and he was from New York, and he went to NYU, and
you send derogatory emails about us to him.
No,
that's a little.
I was just telling it like it was.
You don't like it was. But you don't agree that that's a little derogatory toward the show and the talent on the show.
I do. It is derogatory.
So you have a problem with this program and the perception that we are the talent, and the whole shock jock genre. Even though this is satellite radio, we do have our fun and take our liberties with the language and freedom that we get, but we do discuss things that are important. And why do you feel it necessary to demean the program you're interning on?
I didn't mean to demean it. You did. It was a private communique.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. Now it's not. Now it's not private.
I know.
It's public. And what you said on there is very telling, wouldn't you say?
You don't like the show, Adam?
No, I like the show. I like some of the things you guys do. What appealed to me when I first interviewed for the show is that I'm kind of like the complete opposite of like everything that has to do with this show, and I thought it'd be an interesting experience.
But it hasn't been.
It's had its ups and downs.
Yeah. What are the downs?
Being called out,
what are the downs?
You didn't like being called out on the air.
Yeah, you didn't like spending 3 days ripping you apart.
No, I didn't.
You know, the talent.
That's.
Yeah.
I know that's fine. I don't.
You haven't seen Downs. Like
boy,
what's coming now?
Oh no.
Oh boy, these shock jocks could get some Downs going.
This.
I don't have any problems with you guys tearing me down. At all, you know.
What do you think of Jimmy?
I think Jimmy.
Oh, wonderful!
Wow, that's an answer.
What can I say? I say hello to him in the morning, and
what do you think of Jimmy? You've never heard Jimmy? You've never heard his act? You've never heard him on the air?
I think you're a great comedian, and you you know you have a lot of a bright future out of you.
Thanks.
Thanks, guidance counselor.
All right, go get him, kid.
Thanks.
Well, why don't we just read Adam's ideal mate statement?
Hold on, I think we should finish dealing with
I
this.
think the good doctor's getting uncomfortable. Why don't you,
that's okay, Doc.
No, I'm not.
why
I'm
don't you
just.
whip out
I'm
those
just
balloons and calm everyone down?
This is good. You ever see the Russian police at work? They know how to work it. They bust into houses and start punching faces.
We're going to be waterboarding in minutes here.
See, the bottom line is a private communique. I don't know how it was made public, but it's almost like if, and this is much less offense, but it's almost like if you fuck somebody's girlfriend and they only heard it because they planted a recording device. The guy goes, "You fucked my girlfriend." You go, "Yeah, but you weren't supposed to be taping."
Right.
I mean, technically, I was supposed to be taping, but the reality is the reality. So now that it's out, that's the reality. That's the most honest communication you're gonna get.
I'm not, you know.
You're not a fan of the show.
I am. I've been listening.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Well, if you quote unquote talent, then you're making a point that we are not really talent to this person that you're writing to. It's like the talent, you know.
I apologize for.
Well, there's no apologize.
No, you gotta stand by your words now. Don't apologize.
Yeah.
You gotta be
That's
like
backpedaling.
Yeah, be strong. Just say, guys, you are shock jocks, and you know that.
What do you like about the show then?
Yeah, what do you like about it?
I like the your guys' opinions on politics and the whole Don Imus thing and how Al Sharpton, he's basically a farce. And
so the shock jock thing is a farce. So we're basically in the same category of shock.
Yeah.
Hey, Don, are we legally allowed to fire him?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, those are the things you like. Some of the takes on race and stuff like that.
I enjoy your viewpoints on the topics on the news.
Remember, Dr. Z on Scoring. That's the book.
Well, she's covering up her boobs.
Just want to give a plug,
really uncomfortable.
so she feels a little better about it.
At all.
Oh, what's
good.
his mission statement?
Going down in flames.
My ideal mate. When asked to pen a paragraph about my potential soulmate, I was confused and all at witter. I seriously don't know what constitutes the one. For myself, it's no secret that I'm a closet lunatic. I would enjoy the company of a young woman that keeps in shape and can put up with my various idiosyncrasies and absent-minded follies. It's smart over looks, although looks do count. I like a gal who is outgoing, engaging, and has something interesting to add into my life. I need anyone who can get me out of my lifelong funk. He seems a bit depressed, actually. Somebody says about lifelong funk.
Depressed, yes, agreed with that, but also very disloyal because it's like this is the same shitty show that is giving you a tremendous amount of airtime being new to the show and putting you on with this 11. This beautiful author who's actually going to help you. We're goofing on it, but there is a legitimate help she's going to offer you. So these same scumbag, shock jock, lack of talents are the one who have been giving you airtime, which is why anybody interns for free. It is because they want experience and they want airtime. Nobody comes in here because they want to get coffee.
Right. So, yeah. Right. Yeah. I flew my own way into Michigan to get interviewed here. I put a lot on the line. I went through fucking hell. With my internship coordinator at MSU, who is a complete bitch, to get here, and I'm gonna keep showing up and give it my all. You know, I fuck up on a daily basis, and I make mistakes, and I've made a huge one.
You're just a tool.
How about
just a tool?
What don't you like about the show? You listed all the terrific things about it.
Anybody have a
like?
chocolate strawberry that? What don't you like about the show, Adam?
I don't know. You guys are putting me in an
honest position. Let's just answer it honestly.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking for.
Just
the insults.
The insults and just the insults.
That's not enough. That's too vague. That's too vague. It's a safe answer. The insult is safe. It's like saying, "Oh, I don't like cursing." What don't you like about the show? Be specific. You're not going to hurt my feelings, believe me, or anybody else.
Don't worry about it. Go ahead. Let it rip. Be honest.
Just I don't know. The environment is
hostile.
You know, I've been I've been around the intern circle 3 times, and this is by far the most hostile environment. And like I have a target on my back every day, and you know it kind of sucks because you know people. It's just the environment does it for me because like I don't know.
So when guys catch you,
you're not very good at expressing your emotions.
No,
you need to be
not.
a little more specific. Work on, work on the words that describe your feelings.
But you come in and like we ask you questions and you tell like half truths about them and all these weird things, and we're like, well, how can we trust you around our stuff if you have how do you expect us to trust you? We're dicks for not trusting you when you.
We've got a double agent here.
No,
she knows something
Soviet
about
talk.
She knows something
KGB.
about double agents.
Of course she does.
And double D's.
Whoa.
Oh, the talent made a joke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did that upset you?
No.
What don't you like about the show? Stop with the environment. Be specific. You're not being specific. You're being safe.
The environment is one thing. That's a working environment. The show itself is where that talent thing comes in, where you put it in quotation marks.
Yeah.
That means you don't feel that the staff on the air is talented. What don't you like? What made you think that and want to tell somebody that the talent, as you see it, isn't really talented?
Well, no, you guys are talented.
Well, but there's a problem there. What is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you just don't fit in.
Say it.
But no, let's hear what he has to say.
Say what the problem is with the show that you don't like. What parts of the show?
I mean, I just don't. I don't know. I can't.
Yes, you can.
You guys blindsided me with that email, and
asking me for honesty.
You know, I just don't have a response. I was honestly blindsided by that email, and you know,
you didn't. Excuse my interruption. You didn't attack the environment. If he had said like the environment's kind of aggressive,
I didn't say.
It was the show that you deemed, you know,
and the shock jock thing's a farce. What's that mean?
The shock jock thing's a farce. Yeah, what did you mean by that? Be a little descriptive there.
I don't know.
You mean deep inside they're all sensitive and caring type of guys?
That's not what he meant, though.
No,
so it's all just an air they put on.
I like the doc because she's in very good shape. Although there's a little codependency she has too. I kind of like watching this. There's an alcoholic in the childhood, which is now being rescued. That's what this is. Yeah, that's slightly because she's
trying
very,
to be the diplomat.
She's almost flawless. You're like, oh, okay, she's human too. Yeah, she has that need to rescue. Or to just move on and plug.
It's painful to watch, you guys. It's like an Inquisition. It's like KGB, you know?
Yes.
We're all like torturing this.
But we're asking the guy for honesty. We're not threatening him. We're not humiliating him. He said some shitty stuff behind.
Is that a gulag?
That he meant. He meant what he said. So we're asking simply for explanations. No one's berating him for it.
Why is he still in the room?
Well, no, I would like to know what he meant. I think it's a fair question, Adam. I don't think that's a horrible question. Well, it's funny, when I was walking out the other day after all that craziness on the air, I look up and go, good job today. That's what I say to you on the way out, good job today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, that's kind of like letting you know, like, it's in the theme of the show.
Yeah.
But I live under the bus, so I never feel bad throwing one of you guys.
I get that.
Yeah, you're not the only person that's been thrown under the bus.
I understand
Every
that.
single fucking person.
You post on message boards?
I'm sure he does.
No?
No.
Interesting.
I have a
Yeah, you got a
membership to the
Whack Bag.
Yeah, but I don't post. I just
What's the name?
Intern Adam.
Intern Adam.
No posts.
Zero posts.
Zero posts. I just
never posted.
No.
Okay. Interesting.
And I just do it to observe the rundowns.
Just to lurk. A little lurking worm.
Don,
I like that.
Don's here. Why don't you go have the talk with him? You know.
Well, we should finish.
You know, the talk that happens from time to time.
Well, we didn't hear any real information here. I think it's fair.
Yeah, you're not being forthright with the information that you put in that letter.
Kenny is in studio.
Interrogator.
This is never good.
You know, I think he's shut down now. You're not going to get anything more out of him.
Oh, well. Kenny knows how to do it.
Kenny's
the equivalent of the most... Take the worst KGB agent that the other agents go, oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Kenny is.
Remove all moisture from his hair.
You better get topless because this is gonna get ugly.
No, Kenny's very much a machine in the fact that he doesn't even make judgments. So just gets to the facts.
Kenny.
You know, I walked in the middle of this. I wish I heard the whole thing. But the one thing I picked up on, you said you got a target on your back. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just I don't kind of fit in the environment. I try to be outgoing, and I'm very eager. And the first couple days, I know I had an indiscretion with you, and we got off on the wrong foot, and people kind of just saw this, and they're...
What was it, Adam? Can we ask you? I don't even know what that was. What was the indiscretion with Cat? I don't know what that was.
I got you the wrong apple. And I forgot to give Kenny the receipt and the penny back. And I said, and I came back. He was reading in the room. I came back and I go, hey, I'm sorry about the penny. And you know, I patted him on the back. And he goes, for the penny or for interrupting me, or for touching me. And it was really awkward. And that was like my second day. And
well, the first day I gave you the flu, so you had a really good start. First day he walks in. Right after, remember I came to work with the flu, and I'm basically bleeding from my eyes, my nose, my ears, and I don't have enough tissue, so I'm just wiping with my hands, and this kid comes in and shakes my hand right off the bat.
So just
so I go, now you got the flu.
I guess we're not going to find out why you don't like the show.
Yeah.
No, you know,
he's just trying to play it many different ways because obviously this person back in Michigan wouldn't like this type of show. So
no, it's well above it.
So he's catering to his professor. He's catering to us. He's catering to the other. Whatever's convenient for Adam.
Didn't take long for your lies to trip you up.
No one knows
didn't take long.
No one knows who the real Adam is because he caters to everybody. He tries to cater to what we think we want from him on the air. He caters to the professor. You're a phony.
Didn't take long for your lies to unravel.
No, I'm not a phony.
Oh, complete phony.
No.
Yeah,
you're a complete phony.
Yeah, the professor would not like this type of show, so of course you're going to write an email with like little shock jock and quotations and farce and all that because that's what the professor needed to hear. He wouldn't like a show like this.
No, so that's your way of kissing up to him, and then you give us a line of shit, and oh, Adam.
Dr. Zia is almost a psychologist.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
We could do a lot of, exchanging of notes.
Well, I think you know what? I don't think he has a stable self-image, so
Not
it's
at
like
all.
he's vacillating. No. Like, do I like the show? Am I like this, or should I be like more like these other conservative folks? I mean, I think he's very confused. He doesn't have a stable self-image.
Adam, at this point, I don't like you. Opie hates you.
Yes.
Jimmy hates you.
Well, no, I don't. No, I really don't. I don't hate him because he gave me a compliment. The only thing I don't like about him is that he's not telling the truth.
Yeah, he's a phony.
I would like him. I don't care that you're weird. That's meaningless to me.
Yeah.
I know comedians are all fucking nuts. But my only problem with Adam is that I don't think he's forthcoming.
Yeah.
And in this environment, we're on the air. We try to be forthcoming, and I don't think he is. And that's what bothers me about him. It has nothing to do with him off the air.
Yeah, I can't be bothered with you because he's a phony and he just, you don't know who he is.
And let me tell you something.
Another guy that could, hate me, whatever.
Me not liking you.
No, I
That's one thing. Jimmy not liking you or saying you're not honest. That's another thing. Stuff. When Opie gets that gleam in his eye that he doesn't like you, people disappear. People disappear.
Yeah.
You hit the trifecta here, my friend.
I did.
You hit the fucking piss the staff off trifecta. I don't think anyone's ever done that. You know how hard it is to make me mad? E-Rock did it once.
So, Anthony is almost impossible to make mad.
Impossible.
Unless you're black, then you just walk
right.
in the door.
That
Unless
goes
you're
without
black,
saying.
running for the presidency, right? Then it's easy.
Of course, everyone knows I'm a Nazi racist, but I'm lovable.
But
talented.
All right, Sandy Kane, Jesus.
He's talented.
Why aren't you
He's there in the background. Oh, stop it! There's enough tragedy going on in this studio right now.
I think he goes back to coffee detail. Don't need
yeah,
a
I'm
coffee.
handling my
Oh,
beverage. I don't think
spit
so.
coffee detail?
Oh yeah, good point.
No.
Kenny, what do you need him to do in the mornings? Because he's not going to be on the air anymore.
Taste that nice booger flavor.
I think he should wait outside on the sidewalk and count taxi cabs going by.
Dr. Z, what do you think?
What do I think? What should we do with him?
Yeah. You've seen everything that's happened here. What's your opinion?
I think because of this, Jimmy needs a bare bottom spanking.
Bare bottom spank.
Why?
You know what it is? I think you should. I think you should give him another chance. I really do, and then just put him to the test and see if he's strong enough to continue to function in this environment.
That's
knowing
just
that he
how
doesn't
Stalin
like
would
you.
have done it. Good. I'm sure he's proud.
My only problem with the doctor's advice is that in this environment,
King gets the
you
Stalin
have
joke.
to trust each other.
Dance
We all
for
get
him.
annoyed at each other,
Right.
but there has to be a trust. There has to be some kind of trust. And I don't feel that from him at all, because I don't
No.
sense that he likes me at all. And I'm certainly fine with that, but he wouldn't be honest about it.
But I don't
Hey guys,
really
do you really
interact
do you
with
really
at
want to
all.
be
I mean,
liked?
but on the air.
on the
Of
air?
course, by my coworkers, sure, of course. I mean, as much as we talk shit, I like the guys that work here. We interact.
I think he might be secretly jealous because you guys are successful, and there's
I'm
some.
not.
some
I don't care about success. I don't care about money. I don't care. I don't really care.
well, everybody cares about fame, popularity, and success.
You know what?
As much as you say you don't.
And you know what we do with people we have no use for anymore?
we
give
make him producer.
And that's how you executive produce.
you know, it's good to have.
Your line's better than mine. I was going to say that we give them to Ron and Fez.
That's true.
It's good to have a dissenter. I mean, it really is. You don't want all the conformists.
No, we want
around
yes
you.
men.
A dissenter's one thing, though, but a guy that trashes you for real and means it is different. Dissension is disagreement, or it's, I don't go for that. But this is, in a private email, the talent, shock jock, they're farces. Yeah. This is a different vibe. This is an underhanded, I really don't like this.
No.
He's above this type of radio. He's above the type of humor that we enjoy and have. You're above that. You're a little high and mighty with that, and that's fine.
Why don't you guys
and stuff,
ask some of the listeners what they think?
Oh boy!
No, we got to get to Ryan Starr.
Yeah, that would be
he's
something.
He's falling asleep over there. Well, hold on. This is what I don't like. I don't like people that have the opportunity to call you a dick or a douche, depending on what the D -- thing was.
What was the D -- thing?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, you have a chance to call someone a dick or a douche to their face. Let's say it was, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, and you happen to be on a sidewalk and the person's right in front of you, and he has the perfect opportunity to actually, tell you off and call you a dick or a douche. Chooses not to at that occasion, and then maybe 4 or 5 months go by, and all of a sudden he says in an article that people aren't brave enough to call. Say, I don't know, me a dick or douche, or a douche to my face.
Right.
That's what I don't respect.
That's kind of the same thing.
Another piece of the puzzle, boys.
We don't have time to really ask the listeners, but there's a few up here. How do you find such douche interns? That's an example. I'm a former intern. Adam is a disgrace.
Ooh.
You're a disgrace to the regimen. And
you're a disgrace to the coffee getters.
I've never heard an exit interview before. What do you feel your chances are of coming back to the show after your ass leaves that seat?
I'm coming back Monday.
Oh, you are, huh?
Yeah, because I signed up, and it's till May 9th, and I'm going to keep showing up and doing what I'm doing every day.
Really?
See, the problem is, Adam, it makes it hard because, again, it is a trust issue. That's all it is. It's almost like we're exposed here at work. This is our private, in a way, even though we're public people, knowing that you're disliked, not on a level of like,
Well,
maybe Sam made
my
me angry.
email was private to begin with.
Right.
And, you know, I didn't mean it maliciously. I didn't mean it maliciously at all.
Very
I think
malicious.
you guys are fine.
Fine.
And the fact that your email's private, you're correct. And again, that's what we do to each other here. Somebody douche the email. It happens.
Like, and my professor, he taught an ethics class and everything, and we've you know, had various conversations.
Fuck your
about
professor.
stuff.
He's a queer.
That's right. So the ethics class, though, I mean, maybe you're saying the ethics of privacy
That
in
hurt?
email, but how about the ethics of honesty? As far as being honest with coworkers when they're asking you a question for real. I mean, that's an ethical thing, too, right? To be straightforward.
Yeah.
Got another Al Dukes.
I hope he ends up like your
Among us.
coach.
Oh, see, you pissed off Anthony.
I'm fucking mad.
Yeah,
And
you
he's
know,
got
That was uncalled for, wasn't it?
I
Go fuck yourself.
and he's
don't
got
care.
mafia ties too.
Anthony's
so.
never like this. Anthony
Never
is
like that.
very
I'm
easygoing.
humble and lovable, like underdog.
All right, can we?
Can we listen to some music?
What?
Can we listen to some music?
All right. I play the music. I make me sexy.
Could
There he goes, walking off.
Make sure he's in the mailroom when we walk by from now on. Linger, linger.
There he goes.
Send them on the road with me. Use a
Right.
roadie.
Yeah, you need a
Go to
roadie?
work, yeah.
Someone you could kick around?
Ryan Starr.
Oh, by the way, I'm fucking serious.
What?
He never gets my food anymore in the morning. I don't want fucking cream cheese and loogie on my bagel.
Your mom's box, because he forgot to say it.
Yeah, he forgot to say that.
Ryan, this is what I need to tell you. We love you. That's why we squeezed you into this mess. We knew we were going to have a massively busy show today. But we figured we'd figure something out. So I apologize, because he's been sitting out there for like two fucking hours.
We dicked you.
thanks for having me.
Sorry. man.
I got nowhere else to be on Valentine's Day.
You know,
guys.
I know you're a talent and all, but
I think the whole music thing is a farce.
By the way, for the people at home, quotes are going up in the air.
yes, the quotes.
This Ryan Starr.
I know. The doc has great nipples.
She thinks she's smart.
Oh, she bugs me. She really is. She'll run circles around you in an argument.
Oh,
You're
I
like,
know.
yeah, what about this? And she's like, oh, you have this psychosis.
You nailed it with the
She was
alcoholic
really good.
father, by the way.
I don't know about father, but somebody should
Yeah,
know.
you got
A little
something that happened.
codependency.
What happened? Codependency, drugs, alcohol. What
No,
happened?
none of the above.
She has some codependency.
Yeah, something. You could get into her pants pretty easily, I'm thinking.
No, no. I don't think she'd fuck because of that. Would you? Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. Bailed me out of a bomb.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so Ryan Starr's in studio. I'm sorry, Ryan.
It's all good.
No, it's not. I can
It's
tell on
all
your
good.
face. I'm not stupid.
Dude, I've been a guest on many radio shows because I'm doing gigs and stuff. It does suck when you gotta wait. So apologies, because although I say sometimes you misinterpret. Like I was waiting for BJ Shea one time in Seattle, and I'm like, they made me wait a while. I'm like, he doesn't want me on the show, and then I wound up going in and doing 3 hours with him. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you misinterpret.
We didn't expect the Adam thing. We thought it'd be a quick, segment with the good doctor here.
You know, we didn't expect a Judas
Right.
in our
He is
midst.
a Judas.
A Judas in our midst.